Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. So, you may have seen these videos like the one featured here. No jobs in 2025. It's impossible to find a job. And it's like all we've been hearing, as I said before, layoffs. Where are the where's the job replacements? Where's the income replacement? This guy here said jobless claims spike with 242,000 Americans filing for unemployment last week. The jobs report that comes out is never accurate and the market moves based on such. Okay, that's my opinion. Why? Because it's not inclusive. So, in a week, jobless claims spike 242,000. Every time you look up, more layoffs, more layoffs. What's going on here? The U.S. Health Department plans to slash 10,000 jobs as RFK Jr. upends agencies. 10,000 jobs. What's going on over here? Jobless claims not showing big surge in federal workers seeking unemployment benefits. Again, markets move based on such, which also leads me to believe, even though we all pretty much at some level, I would imagine, participate in it, that it's the whole thing. I think the system is rigged. The jobless claims are not showing a big surge in federal workers seeking unemployment benefits. Why? I think it's a lot that they're not telling us. I think if you were to really pull the band-aid off the scab, it'll be a whole lot uglier than what it really is. Look at this guy. Job markets cooked in 2025. This young man said he put out 1,500 applications, still no job. He has a degree. He's been doing, I believe he said doing social media and I guess little odd things, gigs, I believe. 1,500 applications and no job. As a result of this, we have this 6.1 million Americans now behind on their mortgages. And it's not, I don't see it getting any better. To be honest with you, I think it's going to get worse. Again, la- past couple of years, layoff after layoff after layoff. Where's the hiring? Where do people go to replace the job? You know, that bring to replace the income. To afford life, like your mortgage, your rent, HOA, car, vehicle, car insurance, health insurance, food, gasoline. 6.1 million Americans now behind on their mortgage. I was having a conversation with a friend and I said, well, a lot of people, some people had good government paying jobs, some did. Do you really think because you had a federal job, they're now joining the rat race with everybody else seeking employment? Do you think that it's going to all of a sudden just find quick replacement just like that? I'm not to be a downer, but I don't see it happening. You really think that it's going to get up and, oh, okay. Some people will, and great. You know someone. 1,500 applications, no job. Making your life so now your job is to find a job. That's your new job, is to find a job. No job. Then the benefits expiring. You wonder why. You would think out of all this massive unemployment, out of all this massive unemployment, you would think that they would do that program where they extend the unemployment benefits. But no, so much of the money has gone out through illegal immigrants. So much of the money has gone out for all these unnecessary programs. Look at Doge, what the findings are. Am I the Elon fan? No. But what he is finding, all I have to say, what does the song say? I think it was at Hall and Oates or some group back in the day. How long has this been going on? Why do I say that? Because now people are going to need their tax dollars to help them now more than ever. And looks like to me, the tax dollars are not going to be there. Are not going to be there. 6.1 million Americans now behind on their mortgages. Well, with all the layoffs and you cannot find income replacement, what the heck you think? The worst thing is, what is the probability that those individuals who are seeking a job to replace the income, not just to find a job seems to be impossible, let alone to replace the income that they had in order to sustain their current living situation? What is the probability? Youngsters, a lot of young people now, when they got the college degrees, oh, it's worth it, of course. And you hate to say that. People say personal enrichment. Well, what is personal enrichment when you spend tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes six figures for a degree or close to it, and then you look up, you can barely afford tuna in a can, and you're homeless. I mean, seriously, let's be realistic. The job is supposed to be the ROI, the return on the investment. Is more than personal enrichment. Of course, you're trying to enrich yourself to make a living, a decent living. And then there are some people who are affording jobs, who are able to get a job. It doesn't last long. Friend of mine just called me today, and we know one person that took a job with a company. What do you think has happened? How dare they offer you the job? I think it's now like on month 2, remote, by the way. They've decided now that, guess what? Even getting the job, don't think, oh, I finally got a job, thank goodness. Yeah, for how long? Turn around. What has happened here? They sent out an email that, guess what, going forward now, the job is going to be no longer remote, and they want you to come into the office and work. It's like an hour and a half one way. So you're looking at 2.5 hours driving per day. 2.5 hours in your car to get to and from work. Oh, hold on, wait a second. When you add the gas up, that's going to be, and the tolls you have to take to get there, that's going to be about a good 200 a week, given the distance and the tolls. That's about a good $200 a week. Oh, that's right. She took it because it was remote, but now you got to find daycare. Daycare is so hard to find, and it's also very expensive. Some daycare centers have gone out of business. Why? Because the parent's not working. There's no need to send the child there. So when you do find adequate daycare, guess what? It's going to be very expensive. So she's come to one conclusion. It's enough you're already getting paid half your salary. So if you're used to making like 120 a year, you're getting paid 60. The sad thing is, has determined the job is not even worth it anymore. So 200 on gas when you add up the gas and the tolls. So that's 800 a month. Add up daycare. Let's say you find something daycare, which I doubt she probably can. But let's say she gets lucky. She might find something. Let's say she gets lucky at $600 a week. 6 times 4 is 2,400, right? Then the 8 on gasoline, you're looking at $3,200 already out of the salary that pays a little over five. So $5,000 a month. The daycare, because both the parents work, the daycare and the gasoline and tolls, you're looking at about $3,200, and it pays just a little over five. So what's left? $1,800 a month. So you're basically taking home what for it? $450 a week for this kind of work with a master's degree. That's what you would clear, $450 a week. Plus lunch. It's not you. You might as well go work at a fast food maybe to get that if you can. That's nearby. All of a sudden you think, okay, I got this. It has to be remote. Nope. Now they just change for whatever reason because they can. This on the screen. 6.1 million Americans are now behind on the mortgage. Are we really, really surprised? What's the probability of these individuals, these people finding a job where they can go ahead and say, okay, I found a good paying job to replace my prior income. I can now afford the house and get caught up. 2025, the year of no job. What is the probability? To be honest, slim to none, and that's the painful reality. So if 6.1 million Americans are behind on their mortgages, what do you think is going to happen? Pre-foreclosure, then the foreclosure, and then there you go. The foreclosure leads to an eviction. Where are they supposed to go? Any hotels like they have for the illegal immigrants? Is there a hotel set up for the homeless Americans? Because we're going to need a whole lot of them. This is like the worst. I've never seen anything like it. 2008. How many people can survive it? And then AI on the scene. 6.1 million Americans cannot afford their mortgages, and the layoffs continue. Older people getting laid off. One guy's like, I'm 58 years old and just got laid off from my six-figure career. Good luck. Because number one, if the society places more value on youth, they don't want to. There is a thing called ageism. A lot of older workers. So the chance of hearing placed tonight, you can forget it. They can find somebody that's cheaper. Look what is happening. 6.1 million Americans are now behind on their mortgages. Keep saying all the layoffs. Where's the job replacement? Where's the job replacement? Layoff for the past couple of years, and it's still coming. Again, I thought 2024 was something. I think 2025 we should be hashtag. It's just getting harder to survive. Let me know what you all think about this. Oh my gosh. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and sharing them out.